Stampers. This is Marie Bennett at blackberriesandcream.net. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to show you how I made this Christmas card. I used a stamp set called Reason for the Season, a 3-step stamp. And so let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you how I made this card. The materials I used in this card are one piece of very vanilla cardstock. It's cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and one piece of garden green cardstock that is cut at 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 and scored down the middle at 4 1/4. I really need 2 pieces of the very vanilla, one for the inside of the card. And on the inside of this card it says, "A very Merry Christmas to you." So let's go ahead and get started with the stamping. To create the poinsettia design, I used Memento Tuxedo Black and stamped 4 different images on here. Just pick a spot where you want the poinsettias to be. I kind of made the diagonal ones whole just to give the card a little balance, and then in the corners stamped off. Alright, that's all the stamping I did with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. The next step is to use the garden green ink to stamp, to color in the leaves of the flower. And it's very easy to line up. You've got 2 leaves together and then 3 kind of spread apart, and so it makes lining the leaves up fairly simple on this card. And it doesn't color the whole leaf, it gives it kind of a watercolor look, which is very pretty. There, that's all the stamping I did with the garden green. The next color I'm using is Blushing Bride. It's kind of a dusty pastel pink color. It's very pretty. And this is easy to line up too, because if you look at the stamp, there's one leaf, this one right here, has kind of a little curl off to the side. And so that leaf is easy to line up on the stamped image with the leaf that has the little curl off to the side. There are, I think there's kind of like an intentional notch on this stamp, and if you aren't moving your stamp around on the page and you're always stamping in the same direction, then you can use that notch and the notches on the other stamps to keep yourself lined up. But I'm not doing that. I'm moving around the page, so I just figured out a way to line it up using this notched flower design. Or the crooked leaf. Now the label on this card, the little greeting label, has some stamping, light stamping in the background, and that also is done in Blushing Bride, and I'm doing that just on a piece of scratch paper or scrap paper, and I'm not coloring the whole flower, just putting on just a faint pink floral design there. And I'm using the Delightful Dijon to color in the little buds in the center of the blossom. Wish I knew what all these parts are called. I know they've all got real names. I just don't know what they are. Probably has something to do with stamens and pistils or something like that. And then I just want a real faint image on here. Then on the inside of the card, I used garden green, and I used the sentiment, "A Very Merry Christmas to You." Stamp that at the top. I'm going to put a little border of the Blushing Bride around the edge of these pieces of Very Vanilla, just to kind of soften the edges. Yep, I'm not working on camera again. This is my best trick. Okay. Alright, so my next job is to go over to the Big Shot, and I'm going to use this this die from, oops, look what I did. That was not good. I'm going to have to edit that out. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Okay, so I fixed my boo-boo where I can't cut that because I stamped it at the wrong angle. And on the back of the paper, thank goodness every piece of paper has two sides, I can now cut it and it will be correct. So I'm going to go over to the Big Shot and I'm going to get this label cut out. I'm going to cut out a gold poinsettia and some little red dots to go in the middle of the poinsettia using gold and red foil. This red foil is going to be new in the annual or the holiday catalog that goes live to customers on September 1st. So if you want red foil, I would order it quick. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. This this little gold poinsettia, gold foil poinsettia, was cut out using this Thinlet from a set called Delicate Ornaments, and it's available in the new Christmas or holiday catalog starting September 1st. And this this sentiment card was cut out using a Thinlet from Lots of Labels, available in the new annual catalog, or the annual catalog that came out in June. Okay, so we're ready to start putting this card together. I'm going to use some fast fuse. That's what I have handy. Normally for this type of adhering I just use the snail, but I have fast fuse handy. So on the outside I want to put a little piece of the Venetian crochet trim with a bow, and so I'm just going to cut a piece off, not that long, just long enough to lap over the back, and then figure out where I want it to go in the card. I think a little bit toward the bottom, slightly below halfway down. Get it straight across, and then I'm going to use the fast fuse to adhere this to the front of the card. When you use this fast fuse, you have to make a check mark, and for myself it works better if I make the check mark just right off the page. Don't lift it up as you make the check mark. Make the check mark as you lift it up. And I have already put some dimensionals on the back of this card, so I'm just going to stick this on right now before I put the bow on. Look at that, that fast fuse stuck that dimensional to my finger. Not the dimensional, but the plastic covering of the dimensional. Alright, so I want this greeting about right here. And I'm going to use a little glue dot to stick this gold foil poinsettia to it. And I'm just going to roll it up because I just have a thin little space where I can put a glue dot on here without it showing up. So I'm just going to stick it right there. And then put that on here. And then using this fine tip glue pen, which is a new product in the holiday catalog, I'm just going to put a little dot of glue in each one of these holes. Like that. To close this, you put this needle right in the tip where the glue comes out. That keeps the hole open for the glue. Alright, now comes the part that I will turn the camera off for this part because it takes me forever. But I'm just going to stick this little teeny red dot that I got when I ran through that poinsettia die through the Big Shot. I got this little piece of scrap, and it's going to go in the center. So each one of these holes in this gold flower will get a red dot. So when that's done, I'll be back. Okay, there you can see the little red dots glued in there. I discovered the quick and easy way was to take my paper piercer, get a little spot of glue on the tip, stick it to the back of the dot, and then put the dot in the hole. And then I took another little length of trim and made a bow. And my card is done. It really is kind of a cute card. And it doesn't take very long to do. You could make cards like these for all of the people on your list in probably no time at all. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. If you need anything from my Stampin' Up online store, go to blackberriesandcream.net and click on Shop Now. Thanks for watching. Happy stampin'.